Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 28th. You have this control and change card and also the scales. It says justice and documents on it. So some of you could be getting justice at this time, or you could be experiencing justice. A lot of people have had these cards of control at the end of the year here, and I do feel like this is good control. I think the universe isn't saying that we need to become controlling, but I do feel the universe is encouraging people to take control and make things happen. And you even have the Queen of Wands here. I always say with the Queen of Wands, we really have to be bold, be assertive, and we really have to go for what we want. And so, again, I think that taking control of your life and, doing the things that you need to do that can help get you ahead would be very, very good for you. And it is a really good reading here, Gemini. So we see a lot of good stuff coming up for you. But you start with the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles, of course, is my card that says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it to keep working on what you've been working on, or is there something better? I think it's funny that you have the Eight of Cups right next to it. The Eight of Cups would be walking away from things that no longer serve you. So if there's anything that you're working on that no longer serves you this week, you could be walking away from it. Or again, you could just be really focused on making sure that you're doing things that are working in all areas of your life, not just money. And, I think it's an amazing time. I really feel the universe is asking everyone to do this. The Seven of Pentacles comes up like crazy. Pretty much everyone over the past couple months has had these cards of walking away from things or, removing things that are just a waste of time. And so it makes sense to me that a lot of people could just be walking away from things that no longer serve them and, really creating justice in their life by doing what works. And so that's probably what you're doing. You have the Six of Wands, the Knight of Cups next to it. You have the Six of Wands. And the Knight of Cups can, of course, be a knight in shining armor. So if you want love, definitely could be love. But I also kind of feel like this is a victory with that Six of Wands. The reason I said Six of Wands is because I kind of feel like this is a dream that you're dreaming of. The Knight of Cups is very dreamy. He's usually looking into that cup. He's imagining his future life. And all he has to do is plant seeds in front of that water, and they will grow. So the Knight of Cups can sometimes represent planting seeds in front of the water and getting your dreams to grow. And then right next to it, you have the Six of Wands, which is saying that you are going to be successful in what you are growing. And so I would get started, especially with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands says we really have to be bold and assertive and really go for what we want. She has to move towards her happiness, her joy, things that make her feel that way as well. She needs to follow her bliss. She has this sunflower right here, and the sunflower points towards the sun. And so she's moving towards those things. But the thing about the Queen of Wands is that she has no salamanders on her cloak. All the other Wands court cards have salamanders on their cloaks, and the salamanders represent protection from fire. And she is not protected from fire. She's basically not protected from risk. So she has to do, what it really represents with the Queen of Wands is that she has to learn as she goes. She has to start her journey, and she might not have all the answers, but she's going to start it anyway, even if she doesn't know what to do. Same thing with the Eight of Cups. He is walking away from the Eight of Cups because they're no longer fulfilling him, and he really doesn't know where he's going. He is just walking away from something because he just knows that it no longer serves him. But again, where is he going? He doesn't really know. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Lovers. Definitely could be new love for those of you that want it. The Lovers could also just be you showing up in a very strong position. Whenever we show up as the major arcana version of ourselves, it kind of puts us in a position of power and strength. So a lot of you could just be in a really solid position here. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Three of Cups. Yeah, if it says love, I feel this could be a very strong connection. I usually look at the Three of Cups as like a celebration, or, it's a card of your community as well. So it can represent, teaming up with people or spending time with people in your community. But sometimes in love, I feel like this is, I feel like this can represent a person who has a lot of energy, like a person who is equivalent to three people. So you could be really attracting a person who has a lot to give, or you could be attracting a very giving type of energy with the Three of Cups. And it's popping into my head. I almost never say that with the Three of Cups, but there you go. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. I feel like safety is an illusion, is what I feel like saying. Like, my one warning to pretty much every sign is to not play it safe. Again, but I also want to stress, because everybody takes every word that I say literally. So listen up for the people in the back. What I would say is, I'm not saying do dangerous things. So for the people where I have to really spell everything out for you so you understand, what I would say is, this does not mean take ridiculous risk. What we are talking about is calculated risk, and we're also talking about pushing yourself to that point where you just go just a little bit farther than you normally would. So it's really not a time to play safe. And what I mean by that is that, if you're going to do something, you really have to give it 110% effort. And again, if you're still if you're kind of like holding on to the edge of the pool, right? Let's put it that way. It's like you've learned how to swim, is kind of what the reading is saying to me, but you're still holding on to the edge of the pool in the deep end. And it's saying you need to let go of the edge of the pool. It's like, you know how to swim. So, it's like sometimes I think we do things that prevent us from being successful, where it's like, where we maybe we have created success, but we're still holding on to some sort of comfort zone. It reminds me of like people where it's like they start a business, they're making money, but they're like afraid to let go of their job. And it's like, I understand it. I totally get it. But at the same time, if you made that 110% commitment, then maybe your business would really take off, right? And so I feel like this is about kind of like letting go of that safety net, is what the Four of Pentacles is saying. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Spider Spirit, says make your dreams real. You have this Dove Spirit, says be peace on it. The Spider Spirit is about having a process. The Spider Spirit, you have to weave the web first before you catch the bugs. And so I feel for a lot of you, as long as you have a process to follow, that process will bring you peace. It's like the process I have with this channel brings me peace. I do the same thing every single day for the channel. Because I follow my process, my channel is constantly growing. But if I didn't have the process, then I wouldn't be growing, probably, I would say. So again, I think that having a process will probably bring you peace. You have the Eight of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from something that's no longer serving you. Those cups don't bring him fulfillment anymore, so he has removed something that no longer fulfills him. Pretty much every reading I've done at the end of the year here has really been encouraging people to walk away from things that no longer serve them. So again, it's like a dominant collective energy that we are all dealing with. And again, we are dealing with some heavy-hitting energy, making some big changes. The other interesting thing is we're in Scorpio season now, and next year at this exact time, basically, we will have major things going on in Scorpio as well. Then the full moon at that time will be in Scorpio next year. I'm talking about, there's so much is going on, and so this time next year. Could be like you could be making these changes between now and next year is what I'm saying, but you could really be like cementing those changes in reality. And again, it makes sense. Scorpio is death, right, or transformation, so it makes sense that you could be really focused on transforming things in your life and hopefully finding more fulfillment. You have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, of course, is a victory or a success. Really, you have two sixes here. If you've been watching me for a while, I love two sixes. Two sixes represents you being on the right path, moving in the right direction. So if you are thinking about walking away from something, I feel that this is major confirmation that you're going in the right direction. You have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is stability and also wealth or wealth building. And then right next to him, you have the Ten of Pentacles, which is amazing, total wealth and abundance. You have the Six of Pentacles, which is building wealth as well, to the Page of Pentacles. So it looks very, very good for those of you that are trying to improve your finances. The King of Pentacles is about using a specific skill. He has these grapes on his cloak, and grapes in the tarot represent something that is very difficult to grow, but he can do it well. So it says, it kind of says that maybe you have a skill, and you also have the Magician. The Magician can also represent having a skill, and it basically says you have a skill that could make you wealthy. Really. With the Eight of Cups, yes, walking away from something, you are cutting something out of your life. Also, the card of taking a risk. So there's clearly some sort of risk that you are taking here, but I really feel it's that 110% commitment, where it's like once you make the change, you're committed, and I feel that's the risk you could be taking. With the Six of Wands, you have the Four of Swords. We have a lot of retrogrades going on at the end of the year here, so I would take time to rest, relax, recover, heal, do what you need to do to take care of yourself with the Four of Swords. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords. Okay, here's one thing I will say about the King of Pentacles, is that the King of Pentacles is a card of convention, which is the way things have always been done. And the Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. I don't really feel bad about this, but what I would say is I always encourage people with the King of Pentacles, whenever they get something like this, Nine of Swords, that like 80% of the time, do what works. 20% of the time, try something new or try something different. Part of my process with the Spider Spirit, right? Every single day I do 4 videos no matter what. But also when I wake up every single morning, I watch a video on YouTube about YouTube. I learn something new and I run an experiment on the channel. You can see all the experiments that I run on this channel. I do a million of them every single month, right? And so most of the things that I try don't work at all, period. But like basically it's probably not 20% of the time. I don't know. It's like maybe it's more, but like 20% of the time I'm trying new things. At least 20% of the time I'm trying new things to break out of convention and to just kind of evolve and grow. You're an air sign, and what I would say is Pluto in Aquarius is all about innovation. I'm a Gemini moon, and I'm also an Aquarius rising, so I really, I'm one of those people. I really tell people, it's like I don't think we need to be paranoid about astrology or anything. As a matter of fact, I think it would be better for people to look at tarot and astrology as just loose guidance at best, as I always say, but also kind of like a wave that you can catch. You can work with the energy or not, and I would definitely work. This is an energy I would work with, that kind of reinvention energy, or also that like 80-20, 80% of the time do what works, 20% of the time try something new in all areas of your life could be very good. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this impulse card and this reframe card. So it is kind of like a little bit of an impulsive time as well, where we could be making impulsive decisions, and I feel like you need to like follow your impulses. I also feel we are in an amazing time of reframing things that we're dealing with. Like every single person I've noticed has been getting the Temperance card. You don't have it, although that could change in a minute. But the Temperance card is all about reframing. Really, when you think about it, it's a card of alchemy, turning one thing into another. And so when we reframe things, put it into a new perspective, basically, we can turn a negative into a positive. And so I think it would be a great time for you to reframe things. But also with that King of Pentacles, it could be a great time for you to reframe things from the perspective of innovation. It's like, can you take what you've been doing for the past 20 years and can you reframe it into something new? Can you make it different? And I don't know. I can't answer that question for you, Gemini, but I would take the risk and do it because it'll probably change your life. You have the Four of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. The Four of Cups is having been disappointed with what you have received in your life so far. And so this basically says that you've been trying to manifest something for a long time. And it's like you are manifesting whatever you've been trying to manifest now, but you have to accept this new opportunity. So I feel like there could be a new love opportunity coming in for you here. And, maybe you've been disappointed with the love that you've received so far, but I feel this would be something that would be worth opening up to. So not really a love reading, but there is a little bit of love here. And again, for those of you that want it, I would open up to it. You have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a card of equal give and take. I don't really feel much here for you, Gemini. Like the message I'm getting is that you just feel that the universe is maybe being more fair to you, or you just feel there's more fairness. So it's like things aren't perfect, but maybe you feel that when you work on things are kind of going a little bit more in your favor, or things are kind of improving for you in some way. And that's kind of what I get on this Six of Pentacles, is that things are just going a little bit more in your favor. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is, of course, ultimate abundance and success. It is building and leaving a legacy, which I think pretty much everybody is trying to do right now. People are trying to create their new reality, and that's what I would focus on with the Ten of Pentacles. I also feel there could be, changes in your wealth with your work. With the Four of Cups, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking. She's normally crossing those swords over her chest, and she's trying to protect her heart. The Two of Swords says you have to open up to other ways of doing things to find success. So this card encourages you to open up. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the you can't make this up. You have the Temperance card. I told you, I told you that the Temperance card was going to come up here. So again, I think that reframing is the key word here for you with the Temperance card and everybody else that gets this. It's a little bit boring at this point, but again, you have the Scales card, which is also, when you think about it, scales, you're like going back and forth, and also there's two sides of the scale. Six of Pentacles, he's holding a scale. So I think that you looking at situations in your life where you wanted them to be different, I feel like you need to reframe those things. And also, this could be just like a mindset thing as well. It's like I tell people all the time, don't tell your old story, and it like, especially in love, but that's actually not true, because what I do think people should do is, it's like, not, people love to tell me how horrible their ex was, which might be true, but there's probably a reason you were with that person in the first place. So like, what was the good thing? Right? And so stop talking about the cheating, the lying, the whatever you think the person did to you was, and start telling the story of the good stuff, and start focusing on that. And that's like the one thing that I think people should do as far as the past is concerned. I think that they should talk about all the wonderful things, all the, like, even if it's just one little thing about the past person. Maybe they had nice kneecaps or good elbows. I don't know, whatever it is, right? Just start talking about it with this card and reframe the situation. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess. Trust your intuition. Your intuition is trying to guide you towards the Ten of Pentacles. I think that you could be having dreams or daydreams or night dreams. And I feel that these like dreams are literally guiding you towards something bigger and better in your life. You have this Blessed card and this Clean It Up card. So I feel like you are blessed at this time with this Blessed card. This Blessed card is probably my favorite card in this deck. I also feel the Clean It Up card, it's coming up in the good stuff, but it could be saying that it would be a good time for you to like clean up your vibe, to clean up, again, to reframe things and to make sure you're following a process with the Spider card. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Magician. The Page of Pentacles, like something new or new opportunity coming in for you. That's really what I feel here. I feel this could be a person. So, again, for those of you that want love, this could be communication. I do feel that for some of you, but I also feel this could just be a new opportunity coming in for you. You have the Two of Wands. Again, the Two of Wands encourages you to reach. Remember, we were talking about holding on to the side of the pool. He is holding on to this one wand that is behind him, even though that wand stands on its own. It is complete. It is done. He needs to reach forward to that new wand and get out into the world. He's looking out here, like to the world that's in front of him, but he's not looking at the world in his hands. So even though it's showing up in the good stuff, this would say you're making great progress towards whatever you're working towards. I still feel the need to kind of like take your swimmies off and take the the flamingo tube that you're sitting in off and swim in the deep end. You have the Magician. The Magician says you are manifesting at this time. I also always pull the card that he's pointing to. I'm actually going to say it's the bottom card here. And you have this Gate card. It says opportunities and home. So, again, the Page of Pentacles could be, I kind of felt like it was an opportunity, because I almost feel that you are being presented with something with that Page of Pentacles, and it could come in the form of news. But I would also say that this is news or an opportunity that you have attracted. So if you've been trying to get some sort of opportunity, again, that's what I feel like this is. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Two of Wands. Again. So the Two of Wands is saying leave the comfort zone, take the risk, get out there. With the Two of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands, which is something inspirational. The Ace of Wands, I always think of like a moth to a flame. It's like Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new, but it's always that spark of hope or that spark of inspiration. And so I look at the Ace of Wands as kind of like that spark of hope. And I feel that for some of you, there could be like a new inspiration that you are moving towards here, or you're feeling inspired maybe to move in a new direction. And that's exactly what I would do with that card. With the Magician, you have the Ten of Wands. Pretty good in the good stuff, because the Ten of Wands would say that you have been carrying a heavy burden, and now you are releasing a heavy burden. So a lot of you could be kind of like setting yourselves free, or you could be removing yourself from things that have been holding you back. You have this Weeping Willow card. It says family sorrow on it. You know what I'm getting is you also have this card coming up that says someone is trying to come between. Well, we'll just take it right now. It says someone is trying to come between you and something, and a friend or something you want. I feel like this could be like a manipulative person that you have in your life, and I feel this is only for those of you that where this will make sense. I'll tell you a story. I used to have a friend in high school who was going to move out of his house. Every time, I kid you not, every time he was about to move out of his house, his mom would get sick. And it's kind of creepy, kind of weird, that his mom was holding on to him that much. But like eventually he just had to leave, right? Because he couldn't just keep delaying it. And so, again, sometimes I think people, it's like maybe they don't do it for, negative reasons or anything. It's like I don't think his mom was necessarily a bad person, but I definitely feel it was a little creepy at the same time. And so I think this is saying, like, don't let people in your life hold you back. You have this dolphin spirit, says financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. So a lot of you could be increasing your earnings for sure. Especially if you, King of Pentacles, Temperance, right? The King of Pentacles, Temperance could say that you're taking old skills, something you've done in the past, you've learned how to do things, and if you're presenting them in a different way, I definitely feel there could be more money coming in that way. You have this January card and this Dark Woman. It says dealings or relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. I feel like you could be attracting a dark person like that looks like that. So if you're looking for love, definitely could be like a dark person. Not like dark in a bad way, just, dark complected or dark hair or whatever. You have this bear. It says danger, especially in money matters. Money looks really good here, but I would protect your finances. I mean, I think that, at the end of the year here, there's going to be some weird financial changes, especially, at the end of 2025. I know that's next year, but still between now and then, I think there's going to be a lot of changes with money. So I would just keep your eye on it. You have this career card as well, so we see really good stuff for your career. Again, I think the only danger for you is going to be holding on to the edge of the pool. I think that's the only danger that you could be experiencing is like not taking a risk. But other than that, this looks really good, Gemini. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.